Well, reducing the use of coal has long been an objective of climate change summits. Now, the problem is it's been getting cheaper and cheaper. Global coal prices have halved in the last 5 years, partly due to that declining demand. And that gives countries looking for bargain price fuel less incentive to invest in green alternatives. CCTV's Elaine Reyes explains.
The Chinese government is determined to reduce smog and pollution as a whole.
Ambitious plans now in action for the world's top energy consumers. China and the United States recently announced a joint plan to tackle climate change. China is pledging to cap carbon emissions by the year 2030. The United States says by that same year, it will cut its power emissions by nearly a third. How? In part by moving away from coal.
By setting these standards, we can actually speed up our transition to a cleaner, safer future.
More than 40% of the world's electricity is still produced from coal. Climate advocates hope that action by China and the United States will encourage the rest of the world to use less too. But some experts are now warning the opposite could happen. Writing in the journal American Association for the Advancement of Science, German economist Ottmar Edenhofer explained the price of coal-based electricity generation remains much lower than that of renewable power. And he wrote, a reduction in coal demand in one region reduces world market prices, incentivizing an increasing demand in other regions. In other words, by moving away from coal, China and the United States are reducing demand, causing prices to fall, making the already cheap fossil fuel even cheaper.
Coal can be a stopgap arrangement for the time being. There is no doubt that we need to keep on investing in renewable energy sources. Well, while we do that, what we should be doing at the same time is to reduce our dependency on fossil fuel-based power generation.
Alternative sources of energy like wind and solar are still much more expensive than coal. To produce 1 megawatt hour of energy, coal costs $50, wind $70, and solar $80. Still, solar and wind projects are booming. Morocco has become Africa's top nation for generating electricity from wind. Within the next 5 years, it plans to rely on renewable sources for nearly half its energy, and wind will play a big part.
When it comes to wind energy, our country is a leading one internationally because it has the best productivity. In some regions of Morocco, the cost could be lower than producing electricity from coal, which is unprecedented on the international level.
And that's the main point. As long as it's unprecedented for solar and wind to be cheaper, coal is likely to remain king. Many experts say what are needed are subsidies and incentives for developing countries to bring down the cost of clean energy. Elaine Reyes, CCTV, Washington.